What's up guys, I'm Chris Doughty, aka Doughtinator. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a fantastic race C for you here. We're at Spa-Francorchamps in the LMP1 or Group 1 cars. I'm on my main account this time, RA Doughtinator, as a Race Asylum driver this time. And we've got some huge names in this lobby. Basic Ollie, Zavisic, G29, Flopsy, Paul GT, Popcorn, some absolutely incredible names. And I've chose the wrong car. Now, it wasn't that long ago we had this combination, and the TS050 was the car to go to. But since then, it seems a lot of the fast drivers have worked out how to save the hybrid in the Audi R18. Now, that car over one lap is much faster than the TS050, but it suffers greatly with hybrid regeneration. For this race, medium and soft tyres are available. Both are required and available. We're going to start this race on the soft tyre. A lot of other drivers around us might be starting on the medium tyre, but we'll figure that out as we get through the race. So we go through Eau Rouge for the first time, down the Kemmel Straight, and we're going to try and close into the back of Popcorn. The Polish driver behind us had a bit of a rough start, and we've managed to escape the slipstream already. So it's looking good. Coming into Lecum, great corner for me. I really enjoy this sequence of corners, and then down the hill into, I think the corners are Brussels. Very difficult corner, get the car stopped, it's downhill, the kind of road drops away from you, so it's very easy to run wide, and we are closing it into the back of Popcorn quite nicely. My suspicion here is that he's on the medium tyres, I'm on the soft tyres, so I need to think about clearing him as quickly as I can. On lap 1, that Audi R18 will be very quick as we run wide. We just about saved that, we dodged a bullet with that. Running wide at that corner there is very often a crash into the outside of the track, but we've escaped that one, managed to get away with that one. So yeah, the Audi R18s will be super fast on lap 1. Their hybrid will start fully charged, but as the race goes on, unless the driver is managing that hybrid to regain it with some throttle and brake overlay or double pedaling, they will be starting to run out. So we're good for now. We've got into the slipstream. Even without the hybrid, the Audi R18 does have a greater top speed than the TS050, so it's important to hook into the slipstream. As we're going to get into the braking zone for the final bus stop chicane, and we're going to thread through there quite nicely. Jumping back on board now, I think this Toyota TS050 is the most fun Group 1 car to drive. The hybrid isn't too aggressive. As we get out the corner, Popcorn is slow out the corner. His hybrid's going to die. We're going to squeeze into, well, the gap that's disappearing. We just managed to get through there. A bit of a difficult thing. I don't know if he saw me trying to squeeze through that gap, but we managed to make it. But not the most sensible move, really, because Popcorn now has our slipstream down the Kemmel Straight. The Audi R18 with a significant top speed advantage has just cruised right back past us. So thinking about that, I really should have stayed behind through Eau Rouge and then put the move on the Kemmel Straight, but it is what it is. We're going to have to deal with Popcorn again now. Lap 2 now, his hybrid system is probably starting to degrade a little bit. As you can see, we've got a significant advantage coming out of the slower speed corners. We're going to pull to one side, his hybrid's going to die, and we're going to blow straight past him side by side, and we are just going to clear him going to the corner. Important not to run wide, which we get a perfect outside clipping point, and we are away. So it's lap number 2. We're on the soft tyres. We've cleared Popcorn in his R18, but significantly we need to get a bigger gap, because that R18 has made a mistake behind us. That is absolutely what we need to do. That R18 will be very threatening down this next section here, the long straight. We don't really have slipstream from the car ahead, but we might be threatened into the braking zone. Will Popcorn close in and put a move on us into the bus stop? I'm not quite sure. It's a little bit too far back. We need to nail our braking point, and we're not going to defend, and we're not under threat. So we've made that move work. Popcorn to the pits. Yeah, Popcorn just disappears to the pits. Lap number 2, that's very early to get off them medium tyres. I'm not sure he's going to make the end of the race on those softs. That's a long way to go. Tyre wear in this race was quite high, ×8 tyre wear, and tyre wear being enabled also means tyre temperatures are enabled. I have a separate video about that, check that out on my channel. But now we're closing into the back of Paul GT, who's driving, well, he's driving the Audi. It's the R18, but it's the 2011 model. This is a completely random choice for this race, and I actually don't know anything about the car. I don't know the strengths or the weaknesses, but it still looks to have good top speed, perhaps suffering on hybrid, as we're just going to close into him now. Assuming, again, he's going to start on the medium tyres. That seems to be the favoured strategy for a lot of people, but for me personally, I like to start this race using the soft tyres, and then take the benefits of the low fuel in the car when we switch to the mediums. Fantastic stuff from the GT Sport replay system. Honestly, it's one of the best looking games, and the way the cars look dynamically driving, racing side by side and inline, it really captures motorsport in my opinion. It's such an amazing game. I've had so much fun over the last year and a half playing GT Sport, making videos, making great content for you all to enjoy, and yeah, it's superb. There's not much really you can fault the game for. Maybe penalty system, maybe yeah, okay, there's a few issues here and there, but you certainly cannot deny that the graphic quality of this game is absolutely top notch. As we're going to go into the braking zone for lap number 3, into the bus stop chicane, we get it nailed perfectly there, nice flowing line. Penalty for the Polish driver behind, so that's going to give us a little bit more breathing room as we get to the penalty zone. Looking ahead now, Zavisic is in the lead, followed by G29. They're about 12 or 13 seconds ahead now, and we're going to get a massive overspeed on Paul GT. We're going to learn from previous times. We're going to get a bit of a bump draft down through Eau Rouge, and we're going to try and exit and get him at the end of the straight, but that Audi is super fast. We're never going to catch him. So yeah, both tactics we tried didn't work, so we are getting some free speed down that straight. It's going to help us trying to break away from the cars behind. As we look behind us, we've got a bit of a gap, 2 point something seconds, and we're going to use our soft tyres now. In fact, the soft tyres do fade quite quickly. Lap number 4 on the soft tyres, and I'm starting to feel them fade. Now, although we're catching into the back of Paul GT, we know it's on the mediums, and I think they last a little bit longer. As look there, we're closing massively in that acceleration zone. That's the lack of hybrid in that R18, but once we get above like 140, 150 miles an hour, the car just takes off. And yeah, I'm just starting to miss some apexes now. I'm feeling the soft tyres not quite working for me anymore. I'm using brake balance +3, so it's 3 to the rear. For balancing tyre wear, even further to the rear is probably better, but early in the run you find the car over rotates on braking, so I find +3 brake balance in this Toyota TS050 to be ideal for this combo. A little bit further forward is probably better when you're using a harder compound tyre, but on these soft tyres, +3 is absolutely ideal. So we're going to think about a pit stop, avoiding that cone, and it's a very difficult pit entry. So yeah, now we're going to wait at the pit stop. No fuel is required for this race, unlike the FIA manufacturers race I took part in, where I forgot to put fuel in the car. It's a daily race C, so it's a double tap of that change tyre button. Guys waiting around for me to drive into the pit box. While we're waiting, check the description below for a link to the Race Asylum Discord. It's a bunch of people in there all interested in GT Sports, and we're here to help you get faster. Join the Discord, get involved. If you're also enjoying this video so far, drop a like, consider subscribing. As we exit the pits in 10th, sorry, Popcorn has jumped us, so his early pit stop has worked out for him. He's switched from the mediums to the softs, and he's made a significant amount of time over us now. The question will be, towards the end of the race, will the tyres last for him? I started to find tyre degradation around lap 4, so he's got to go 7 or 8 laps on those. Threading the car through Les Combes, fantastic set of corners. As I said before, I really enjoyed that particular set of corners. Downhill braking zone into Brussels, very difficult to get the car stopped. We're just going to hang on to the apex, run wide mid corner, but we're going to drag it back. This corner here is very difficult to not run too wide on exit, and we just get 2 wheels off the track, but we survived that one. Into Puon, difficult corner, down 1 gear, clipping the apex and getting on throttle as soon as you can to carry the speed all the way around the exit into this S's section here. Braking on the shadow, down a couple of gears, 2nd gear around the first part, up to 3rd gear for the left-hander, and we're going to exit out this corner here, braking just before the curb starts, down to 2nd gear and getting on throttle as soon as you can. This corner here is flat if you get the line right. Just a clip of the inside curb helps with the rotation, and then you're flat out all the way down this winding straight here. So this race was on Monday. It was on Mad Monday, as it's now named in GT Sport, where all the fast guys, all the streamers stream, and the level of competition in these lobbies is absolutely insane. As you saw from the very intro to the video, almost a full A+ lobby. And I feel quite strong in these Group 1 cars, so I'm fighting kind of near the front, and I'm really enjoying these races. Into turn 1, La Source, as you see, Paul GT exit the pits. We're going to close in massively to the back of him. Not quite going to catch him enough, but we're going to get a load of free speed from the slipstream from the Audi R18, and we are just not going to be able to pass. We are completely in the slipstream. We can't get any closer than we are, but even with that, we've got no match for the top speed of that car. Now the difficulty for us is that he's going to be on the soft tyres, we're on the mediums, so he's going to have a tyre advantage. His tyres are also going to be newer than ours, so it's going to be difficult for us to hang on. So best thing we can do is just to stick with him as much as we can, get some free speed from that slipstream, and then we'll hopefully drag ourselves forwards. Switching to the TV camera now, you can see in the distance the Polish driver behind us is starting to close in. I think he's also made the switch to soft tyres, so this is where we're going to start to probably get shuffled backwards through the order as the tyre differences start to take an effect. We are car 9, rank 9 within the lobby, currently running 7th. So it's a solid performance so far in this highly competitive top split lobby. Absolutely awesome driving experience this was. It's I don't know if it's getting across in the replay, but it was so intense driving this. I was trying to drive absolutely perfect as the high top speed from that Audi R18 is going to blow by us. We're not going to offer too much resistance for that pass. We know that we're thinking about the bigger picture here, looking to race forwards, keep the optimum race pace that we can, and use some of that free speed from the slipstream we're going to gain from the Audi. There'll be some offset between hybrid deployment as we go through the acceleration phases. I talk a lot about race pace, and it's basically the art of managing your race so that any battle you get into, so we're just going to give the Polish driver a little bump draft down this straight here. This is our best chance at closing to the pack ahead and escaping from the chasing pack behind. So yeah, basically the point is to race smart. Don't fight with people that you shouldn't really be fighting with. I know this guy ahead is on soft tyres. I know he's got potentially a faster car, and my battle isn't really with him. My battle is probably with drivers that are behind me. As we look in the leaderboard feed, the Belgian driver surveys. He started at the back with no qualifying time, doing some kind of no qualifying challenge. He's very fast, and he's probably going to be on the soft tyres now. And I think before I've seen him in a few races, maybe a bit of a Group 1 specialist. So that is my biggest threat right now. 3 seconds behind, but that time will come down. So we need to make sure we are executing perfect laps, trying to just tag onto the back of this Polish driver ahead, and we're going to go down to the next few corners here. We're just only 0.1 down on our fastest lap, even though we are on the harder tyres now, on the medium tyres. The lower fuel in the car is still allowing us to do good lap times, so we're doing everything we need to do, even though that gap to the driver behind is still closing in. Looking to spot our braking point into the bus stop chicane, fractionally missing the apex, but that's not too bad. gently onto the throttle and running a little bit wide, but again, all good. That lap time for us is pretty solid considering we're on the medium tyres now. Braking into turn 1, just missing the apex, suffering a little bit with lack of traction, but the cars ahead aren't really escaping too much. Zavisic still in the lead, Jay Brea is in second, G29 in third, and those guys are only 16 seconds ahead as it seems. So they would have had their pit stops. I've had my pit stop, so it's a like-for-like time advantage. So quite a bit early in the race, they were 12 seconds ahead, so they've only gained 4 seconds in the last few laps. Now, I'm pretty pleased with that, considering we started in the chicane in such an awful position, and we've been having a few battles ourselves. So yeah, solid performance from me so far. Let me know in the comments below if you're enjoying this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying my content. Every subscription is always appreciated. Just hit 750 subscribers, which is a significant jump even since my last video. So thank you to each and every one of the new subscribers. I'm going to make myself a bit of a promise now. At 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to refresh the office desk and swivel chair that I currently race with, and we're going to get something a little bit more serious. So yeah, 1,000. Whoa! Popcorn has dropped the car, and we're going to get that position for free. Maybe that is suffering with soft tyres just not making the distance. So yeah, we've got an extra position there, so we're back to 7th. The race is now for 7th for us. Any position higher than that I think is out of reach. Oh, the Polish driver deep at the bus stop chicane. I'm not sure how that's going to play out for him, but we do have a huge threat from behind. Serveus, the Belgian driver, the probably Group 1 specialist, let's say, as we're going to go down the straight here into Eau Rouge. We're going to get a little bit of slipstream from the Polish driver ahead. This is absolutely ideal for us in our battle with the drivers behind. We're going to get some free speed down the straight, absolutely flat out in this TS050. I think it tops out around 190 miles an hour. And then we're going to try and spot our braking point in the slipstream, so we need to brake a fraction earlier, and we hit that apex absolutely perfect. So we're closing in on the driver ahead. Is this going to be a battle for 6th position? Are we going to be able to achieve that Super GT position? And it's looking quite positive so far. The hybrid on that Audi R18 is going to be suffering, and we've got Paul GT. You see him in the distance ahead. He's not too far ahead. We're on the penultimate lap, coming through Pouon, just dipping a wheel on the outside of the track, but we get away with that one. So yeah, the soft tyre runners will start to come back to us now as their tyres start to fall off the cliff. The medium tyres with a bit more durability are going to still be performing at this later stage in the race, and we are looking to close in. Absolutely ideal apex there, running a little wide, but we get away with it. Only 0.1 away from our own personal best fastest lap time, so we are doing everything we need in this battle to maintain 7th, battle for 6th, and we are in the weakest part of the track for this Toyota TS050. We're going to make it to the bus stop chicane unchallenged this time. Hard on the brakes, and we're going to go a little bit too deep. We've run wide. That's going to cost us some time. Will we be in the clutches? Oh, a bit of a swaz from Serveus there, and we're going to ride on board now for the last lap. Are we going to be able to hold this 7th position into turn 1 La Source? Just missing the apex, getting a little bit wide on corner exit, but we're all good so far. Looking at the leaderboard there, we just about broke slipstream from Serveus behind. The hybrid exiting turn 1 has assisted in that for sure, but he's going to have the top speed as we get above 150 miles an hour, looking to spot our brakes into the Lecum just before the curb starts. Jam on the brakes, trail braking into the corner, 2nd gear up to 3rd gear for this final right-hander, and just over the top of the curb, and we survived nicely, braking just before the curb again down into 2nd gear, trying to hold it as close as we can to the apex, but it's a difficult corner. car's always trying to get away from you. And we're going to go a little bit wide. Oh, and also Zavisic has gone wide too. Will that be a penalty? I think we just about kept it. One wheel on the track maybe. Perfect through Puon, and we are going to go into the S's now. It looks like he's just starting to close in. If he gets within slipstream distance into the final straight coming to the bus stop, then we're going to be in trouble. On the brakes now. It's a very important corner for us. Going to get on the power. Try and carry full throttle through this corner. We do manage to do that. Absolutely ideal exit for us there. What's going to happen? He's just about going to have the slipstream into the big braking zone, into the bus stop. I think we're going to have to defend this one. And he's just closing in, so we're going to go defensive. We're going to block off the inside. On the brakes, side by side. A little bit of contact going to the apex. We're going to survive that challenge, and we're going to bring it to the line. 7th position, absolutely ecstatic with that finish in this high level top split lobby. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable stuff. If you have enjoyed the video, do like, let me know in the comments below. It's great to have conversations in the comments with myself, with all the other fellow viewers. Okay, bonus audio now. If you've got this far in the video, write in the comments below 1000. As I started to say earlier in the video, but I interrupted myself. If I can get to 1000 subscribers, I'm going to make some improvements to the sim racing environment. We're going to get rid of that office desk, and we're going to get rid of that swivel chair, and we're going to make some huge improvements. So write in the comments below 1000. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.